I'm gonna do this video. The truth about techniques for women or how to beat larger opponents with Amber at Fight to Fit. Check this out. This is my first time watching this. I'm gonna react to this video.
Your life. It's developed by the world's most dangerous man, and it includes the Navy SEAL fighting system. My name, by the way, is Jason Hansen.
Okay, let's skip that.
I want to know a technique for smaller, weaker people, right? Just use their weight against them.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
When people say use their weight against them, what they think of is the bigger guy is a lumbering oaf. I'm gonna come forward and you just, and I go, ah! Right?
Just
because I'm...
No, if you believe that, then you've been watching too many fantasy movies or something. And that's not how self-defense work. Let's continue to see what he says, though.
Like, I don't know. It seems funny. Amber from Fit to Fight is a woman. I don't know if I can. Can I say that in 2021?
I have no idea. I'm okay with it.
There are techniques that work for smaller people. They're called the techniques that work for bigger people. You just have to be better at them. But I always like to throw people a bone. We always qualify, just like I did with Ryan, like we get all that. Getting all that. Can we get into some things that would work for a person that aren't as reliant on strength? You have to have a modicum of strength.
Absolutely.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, so look, strength is still important, and if I'm going to do something that relies on you reacting to me or whatever I do, then I need to be strong at my onset. So if I snatch your head and wrist and try to pull you to the ground, I'm probably not going to pull you to the ground. You're going to want to stand up. And as you stand up, now I'm using that energy and going for what I actually wanted, which was picking the ankle. So
yeah, I took the weight off.
You took the weight off. You did that because you're so big and strong.
If you just tried to grab it, right? I'm too powerful. I'm so heavy and packed with muscle that she can't. This puny little woman can't pick my ankle. But misdirection.
When I make you give me that energy by trying to pull you to the ground, you want to stand up.
Yeah.
And that's when I go for the ankle.
And if you're a big, humongous 300-pounder and you snap someone down, they might go face first into the ground.
Absolutely.
I can't do that to anybody. Can you do that to anybody? The kids.
The kids class. Listen.
Boom.
Kids all day.
Boom!
But so
I'm too big and strong for her to snap me down. I'm too big and strong for her to ankle pick me. But if she does one, then the other, it gets super light. It gets super light. But
if I don't commit to that, if I'm like, okay, I want him to stand up, so I'm gonna grab his head and kind of just.
This is not it. And you see a lot of this in training. Yeah, in training, people kind of half-ass.
Yeah, exactly.
They kind of half-ass.
So then, that doesn't work.
And maybe it's because they're being polite or because they're not confident.
Well, let's see, especially if we're talking like takedowns and things like this, I can't half-ass that. Maybe with you a little bit.
Yeah, there's some good points. I'm kind of interested to see what she thinks about this because she is a smaller person, and knowing the leverage that you want to give your attacker, you won't have to gain that leverage when you are a smaller person. Finding a way to close that gap and have a dominant position. That way, you are able, if your daily is trying to whip his legs out and hope for maybe the concrete will make him go down and fall. I've seen when it happened. Obviously, the guy was able to pick his leg up, get that double leg up. If you watch my last video, where it was an MMA guy, was the street fight. He was well built, so he was able to use his skills on the streets. In fact, one of the guys he was fighting said, "No kicking, bro, no kicking," in the street fight, which I thought was funny. But I believe that if you are a smaller fighter, you want to get in range and stop the person who's like if from going full range. Right, if they got a reach on you, you wanna be able to jam them up as best as you can. They in Chun, they would teach you how to trap. Trap can work, but the trapping drills are realistic. They're drills, and they just help you to for sensitivities, sensitivity. Anyways, it is so if I'm moving the idea of the drill, I'm here and your opponent's touching me, I can move my hand. I can feel you moving up here. So if I go down, you go up. If I whatever, that's the drill that teaches you. So let's keep going. I don't want to spend too much time on this talking about it, but let's see what they say. I haven't seen this video yet, so.
To somebody close to my size, okay? But
What she means? No. She could half-ass it with me. What that means is when it's someone who's bigger, you can't halfway do it.
no, you have to go all in. I have to snap you down like I really want that to work.
So, luckily, I brought
Gosh
a big,
darn.
huge,
Look, there's a
lumbering oath.
So yeah, because they are the same. So I'm guessing Jades by the step in. He is yeah, big fella. I'm guessing about like 6'2", 6'3". I'm just guessing right now. I'm just from looking at the video. He's well over 200 pounds. Let's see what I'm curious to see what. Oh, maybe I was wrong. I thought it was Jay, but it's Sensei Self. Sensei Self of Self Adams, which I don't think he's karate is there's no book so in one of his videos if you want to see that he talks about with his dad. He said his dad's supposedly Kenpo Grandmaster. There's no record. Ed Pucker. Anyway, let's continue. That's the different video at the time. Let's see what she can do with since herself. Since he is I'm gonna say about 160, no more than 180. He is about 6'1", 6'2", at most. The shortest I'm gonna assume he's about 6 foot, about 6 foot, but he's tall. This
Straight against him. Or you know what I think it is those when they lumber forward like this, like and they think it's gonna be some move like come forward. And they think it's gonna be some move like.
no,
like
no, that's the solution movement.
Spoiled it.
I'll come up with something.
The judo. I don't think it's real judo practitioners that say this stuff because real judo practitioners probably know how hard it is. It's probably Aikido. Using their way to get, this is my thing. I'm sorry. The opinions I'm about to express do not reflect Amber's opinions, and it doesn't matter with Sense Success opinions.
Yeah, maybe it does.
If you agree or disagree, using someone's weight against them is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Because if the technique allows me to throw Seth to there, that technique would allow Seth to throw Amber to fucking over there. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not better because...
Okay, so the throw he's talking about is a head throw. The terminology used is a weight against him. He's taking that technique out of proportion. What that means is that, so when I'm throwing hip toss or throwing any throws, is I am using leverage. I'm using leverage to throw you. I'm not using your weight. I'm trying to counter balances. Your weight is counter. I'm counter your the scientific terms is like is what I'm trying to say is I can't say it too well because my speech impediment sucks. But okay, so when you are trying to throw him off balance, your hips and when you got somebody use your hip your leg muscles to pop them up and throw them. You're not or sweep them, or some cases you might be just sweeping sweeping them over with that, and you might not, you're not actually just gonna pick them up. This is not the WWE where you pick them up and body slam them. More like more or less that you are using the force or the against them, so to speak, right? You getting the leverage of your opponent, of your assailant, whatever the case is. You're using their energy against that, and so you're applying uh, the momentum and the kinetic force to flip them over, right? I did this demonstration back where I barely take any force, take maybe 2 fingers, and I pull, take the guy's wrist, pull and flow with it, and he flipped. Okay, I'd be happy to go over there and demonstrate that. Even when I was my smallest thing, I was able to do so. I demonstrated when I was 165 at that time, and the guy who I flipped was about since himself a height, right? And he was a little heavier than I was, but I was able to take the less straight momentum. Of course, it's not gonna work if he knows if he like for instance, it'll work if he about demonstrating if he was willing, if it's a willing person. But the point is, flipping or throwing flipping somebody over, doesn't take a lot of strength. It's all about flowing and get the leverage and having that momentum, of that person's body, allowing them to flip over. I will, and it does take practice for that kind of motion. Let's continue on with this. Let's see what they do.
We're smaller. Yeah. It's just less shitty that we're smaller now. Like, it's not better.
It gives this false sense of security as like, well, that dude's fucking huge, so he's in trouble because I'm going to use this weight against him.
Yeah, right.
Now all of a sudden the bigger disparity.
If anything, you can like chip away at the disadvantage with some stuff, but it's not making it like like an opposite yield.
Yeah. I think it's
it's
an oversimplification. I get what you're saying. When you're saying use someone's weight against them, I get what you're saying, but you're not painting an accurate picture. So I'd like to see Amber rep this out with an actual big oath.
What were you doing? I wasn't paying attention.
Good.
It's okay.
Good. Carry on. Okay. Snap down, ankle pick, God almighty. Look at that big boy, and that's a big boy. Yeah,
Kick, that was for you.
Okay. All right. And then some misdirection again, right? Look, she knows that she can't hang on to that. Yeah, she can't hang on to that head.
Yeah.
Because at some point he's going to get it back.
Right.
He's going to pull his head back up. That's what she's waiting on. She's waiting on you to give it to her.
Right. Yeah. Like I have to hyper focus on one of the two.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes shit. That makes perfectly sense. So what's going on is that she is
I give you enough options that
she when you use mental information, even if because she's a smaller person, right? That's that's no given right here. She is a smaller person right here. Uh, but when she does, if she is able to get to his head to try to pull him down, not she know that he can overpower her if the means, but she is trying to be deceitful so she can get what her goal is to get the leg up, so she possibly can use now she can use her shoulders to kind of and then use her shoulders, then use her leg to sweep him over and get that single leg thing over, using the leverage that she has to take him down, to do whatever she got to do to get him down. If you like Mexicans, let's stop the grind and re-stop it again for a good message. So, however, this is great, good, good case, yeah, showcase of what a smaller person can do, but it doesn't really show how to get there first, because if this was a real scenario, Sensei Safe can keep the reach away from her, so he would actually have to get in there, get inside, and then go for the head, then go for the leg. But however, I love I gotta give him a hand. I do love the idea that they give people, showing that it's possible to gain leverage of their and trying to find a dominant position. With her background in jiu-jitsu, the understanding that uh, someone her size having to be able to get a level, even if the person is bigger than them. So he's like I said, he's got to be close to 200 pounds. From you can see from his waistline, he's at least about over 6 foot. At least about actually over 6. I would say he's at least around 6 foot. Given that measurement, he could be as much as about 215. Let's keep going though. I do like the video so far.
To one and I get the next one.
Right. Yeah.
I'm small, I'm old, I'm easily injured, I got lots of nerve damage and stuff like that. Training for me is hard. If you're a young person, teenager, if you're a woman and you think about going to these places and there's just these massive dudes in there that have been doing it a long time, and it could be intimidating, it could be discouraging. I would like to hear your perspective on like getting over that hump and understanding like you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Yeah. It's super daunting, it's super intimidating, and that's a good indicator that you really need it. Something that, is that concerning to you, there's probably other things going on. But that said, I think especially for women, we discount kind of like the intuition we have.
I'm so glad you said that. Me and Seth recently did a video about these self-defense for women.
Yeah.
And they totally like gloss over, they act like I'm just helpless, it's like, that's not true at all. You're gonna know, you're gonna have ideas, you're gonna have that intuition and see it coming.
And most women have experienced that, whether they've trained or not. They've walked out to go to their car and they've been like, there's something wrong with what's going on, or they felt weird and they've gone back in a store or whatever it might be.
Every assault report that I ever took with a female victim, she tells me at the beginning,
there was something.
I had a bad feeling about
Yeah.
this guy or this place or this thing, and then maybe she either felt social pressure or like it was
Like,
weird
it makes
to.
my hair stand because I know that feeling. We all know
Right.
that feeling.
Whereas with the guys, and guys have their own set of problems, but generally they're like, yeah, he said if I came over there, he's gonna whip my ass. And I went over there, he whipped my ass. You know, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But to be smaller, and I have a little bit of the perspective being a small guy. I don't know, you can't tell, but I'm not exactly the biggest dude if you're new here. But I think it's important that you understand that that's where you need to be. If you're concerned about it and you want to learn. And can we go on record as saying if you go to a place that does think they can turn you into you just do this and yeah.
We flip over
And it's
back
super
over.
easy,
Yeah.
and it is easy, and you don't get your ass kicked while you're learning it.
It's and look,
probably
again,
not.
it's hard, but we expand that intuition.
And
From,
I mean, what he just did, I mean, that is you can flip something like that, but they again, like I said, you have to, they have to be willing, without any, without any, give. If they don't want you to move the hand or whatever, they can stop you from doing that. That's I and I don't the things this video is pretty good. Some of he's getting a little better with his approach of what he says in his videos. And let's continue onward.
getting these bad feelings and weird feelings, you want to go into a place and try it out, and then you're going to be nervous, so there's going to be those emotions playing as well, but you should feel the energy of the place. You do, because we go to training centers all the time, and you can walk in and immediately feel like this is a place of encouragement and growth and positivity, and then you can walk in and feel like, oh, everybody in here has something to prove.
Yeah, there's like
You know,
aggression
you
and
can-
too much
yeah.
machismo in the air, and everybody's like, I'm a
And-
badass. And
You know, sometimes I like walking in and being that underdog and being like, oh, okay, like, let's go. But that's
You
probably
have-
not the environment to grow and learn in when
for a
you're
new
starting
person,
out.
Amber has years and years and years and years of exposure and experience with this stuff, and is a leader in this field. So she
I'm
can.
gonna roll with it.
Yeah. No, you are. You're a person for people to look up to especially on this subject. Outside of the context of women, I hate to keep harping on this women thing. I just need that perspective for my female viewers, because some of them might feel like they're left out. Because it's a lot of dude stuff. It's a lot of dude-ishness.
Yep. And everything you've done, well, maybe not everything you've done on your channel, but the things you look at and the things you do, like nothing is specifically, okay, this only works for this kind of a person.
That's an important lesson learned. Fighting is fighting.
Yep.
We as smaller people or as weaker people, for whatever reason that you have less size, strength, bone density, and power than someone else, whatever reason, it could be a disability, it could be age, it could be gender, it could be just size, it could be injury. You have to do the same shit. You just have to be better at it.
I'll go into the gym and I'll watch, dudes take the better bench and, so I'll roll my eyes and watch. And they're lifting heavy weight, but they're doing it with horrible form.
Right.
I mean, they're
Yeah, I've seen that. I have seen a football coach, and I've noticed actually he was benching when I got to the bench, I had good form doing the bench, and he asked me. He noticed because I had explained to him when I go down to my chest, towards my chest, I want to feel that stretch when I do a bench. I want to feel the stretch then I want to have that explosiveness going up. Then when I go back down, feel that stretch again, then back up. And that's the proper bench. If you, I don't know if you see me or not, but again, you can feel it from here. I can feel this, even though there's no weight on me. You have that same concept. When I have, if I'm laying down to a bench, I want to feel my chest and stretch my arms, stretch it out. Then I can push up with force, not force, but with explosive. Both of them, then they come back down. Uh, with you want to go back down with control and fail that stretch again, then back up, and that's when you know you're lifting weights properly. If you can feel the stretch, you know you do it right, because your not just your chest, but right here will also feel sore, right? And that's what you want. Obviously, there's techniques where you you can prevent the be sore by properly stretching, and take that time to really soak. Don't forget to later I will have a live Q&A video. I saw this and I decided to wanted to make a video about it. See what they say on here.
What I'm doing, and I'm looking at it, if I bench pressed with that form, I couldn't move like a chihuahua over my head, But I have to do things.
You have to be perfect to move the same amount of weight.
To move that kind of weight. And
yeah.
It's you can call it unfair or whatever you want, but it just is what it is.
It's physics.
So I need to take more time so that I can lock into those positions. I can do the things I need.
If Seth wants to land a jab on me,
be super easy.
Well, but he could do it from here.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be good. He could telegraph it a little, and his recovery could be slow. For me to land on him, I must get much closer.
You gotta get in.
I am not as young, I'm not as fast, and I can't reach as far. Those are just physics.
Yep.
In the real world, my jab is definitely better from a technical standpoint than Seth's. His jab is terrible. Right?
So that's hey. You have to have confidence in yourself as well. And that's one thing about Isaac Mike. He has confidence about the forming of his jabs. He knows that the order to get in, I have to get inside of sense of self reach, because he has that deli is I want to get inside, or if I can't get inside, I go outside. And then I'll go. I'll use my footwork to go to bridge that gap from that, or I might have to step off, sidestep, to get then while I have my hand. If you're throwing a punch towards my center line, with the energy that you've given me. Right, I can either slip, go for the body, or I could slip and sidestep and go for the from the jab from a different angle. Right, I using that footwork, or even just using hand or in using the hand movement to do that. Jabs are great because you can use use the ribs of my hand. That's the idea. You want to rib somebody. So if I slip here, I might have to. You go here. To get inside. I want to be able to get to the point where if somebody has a longer reach, and as in Mike case, he would either have to get inside or outside. So if I throw a punch, and if I'm coming up, let's say he throws a left and I'm right, my left hand goes up, and then I will throw my jab to that, because my jab would be my left hand. So ideally, if he throws So I mean, you can come in here, and throw that jab in, and you'll be inside of his attack by bridging that gap between you and him. He obviously, you know that he he doesn't. He can be right here, and shit. Do not have a partner for this shit. Um, and he can be out that way. Like he can be from here. And I have to, he does his punch will be right here, but in my face, right? So I to other. In other words, he doesn't have to go too far. He uses reach to keeping me at bay, keep it because Seth Adams ideally for him to win a fight against Isaac Mike is to keep the reach, keep his distance away from Isaac Mike so he can't come in to jam him to try because Isaac Mike will his ideally for Isaac Mike is to try to jam him up, close the gap on him so that way he can't extend his the motion, have the forward motion. He and ideally for Isaac Mike because he is short. He was to keep that distance for him because he doesn't have as long of a reach as Sid himself. And uses tools. And at this point, he can take him down. He wants to, if it's comfortable going to the ground. If he's more comfortable going to the ground than says itself is if he's not or if he's a standing guy, he can keep it standing up. Using boxing method where you box your opponent where he feel like he's trapped, right? He all the way to maybe, but for sense itself, for him to get out, he might have to throw a front kick to push Isaac Mike away so he could get back to create that little space. So he for sense himself, he would have to try to create space. I find a way to create that space so he can go back to the range that he's comfortable at. Let's finish this video.
It's that karate. That like
The foot's got to turn.
yeah. Huh?
I don't have to jab when we fight.
I'm calling this your jab.
That's my jab.
Yeah.
It comes from a different place.
But you just have to do it better. It requires more perfection and more details to get the same results as the guy who's like kind of half-assing.
Right, exactly.
Who can just choke slam you to the floor with no technique. Follow Amber. She's not an influencer, but I will link her stuff down below. I think she is an excellent example of a person that you should look up to when it comes to this stuff. And that's just for anybody, but even more so if you are a woman and you are concerned about, is this stuff for me? Because the truth is, it is for everybody.
That's true. If the woman, the longer the woman is a good instructor, and she's able to but in fact, I haven't really watched any of the videos, but if you would pop comments down below if you want me to review some of these people. I don't know what. Let's try to check this out real quick. Just have a read through the.
Hi, I'm Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer. You might have seen me on Shark Tank, the NBC Today Show, and Fox News.
Hey, so today we're going to look at some good ways to screw things up. And we're going to start with the technical getup.
Now, taking a getup, okay, so taking a getup is something where you try to create space by using your foot, using a way to get it back up quick as you want to get up quick as possible. In other words, if you get to the ground, you want to find a way to get back up quick, so you can stand up. That way, you're not if you are not strong or whatever the case may be, and or maybe you're not comfortable, or maybe you're not comfortable being on the ground. Whatever the case is, let's check this out.
Something happened that put me on my back, like Ryan pushed me, or
Big fall.
just stared me down onto the ground. And maybe I've done some things to keep him away or make space, or said a funny joke and he rolled his eyes for a second, which gave me time to look to sit up and start looking to get back to my feet. So a really good way to screw this up is to not turn your hips enough. So if I keep my hips square in line with Ryan, even though I'm in my technical get-up posture where I have a hand on the ground and a foot up, or a hand on the ground and a foot posted, if my hips are square to him, I don't have enough room to get this foot underneath me. So you end up with doing what I call the horror movie get-up, where you're here and you're like stumbling over yourself, falling backwards. So if I open my hips up.
Yeah, that's right. You want to be able to make sure that the whole pendulum motion that you make, even if it's the front kick or anything that has to do with your hips, get it up like she's doing, and using the swing of motion to help you get that other foot and get that posture. You want to posture up, and the best way and get up the best.
That's what allows me to get the leverage I need to get my foot underneath me and back, so I can do a proper get up. But if you really want to screw it up, keep your hips square and try to get your foot underneath you. Unless you're super flexible, which I'm exaggerating a little bit. I could get my foot underneath me and stand up here, but a lot of people don't have that flexibility. So what it looks like in class is they're doing this horror movie like crab walk, trying to stand up while also facing that person.
I've seen that. I have seen that.
Yeah, so what's interesting about that, somebody has, well, so first off, if that's happening, you've probably chosen to just fall around yourself, right? So then he pulls out his terrifying water bottle. And now I've got to get up, but I also have to slip and roll and duck and move like you would for a punch, except it's water, so it's terrifying. So make sure you move fast, because it'll mess up my hair, which is not already messed up. Don't say it, I can see it in your eyes.
So it looks like that on purpose.
Yes. See, now I need to be able to get up and run away. No, I did it all by myself. All right, so important things to take away here. To screw up your get-up, keep your hips square, don't roll them and open up to the side.
Yeah, I like the tip that she gave. She's not bad. That was the first time I've ever watched her. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna do for your later today. I will be do a live Q&A. Or maybe your questions about my book that is out on Apple, Apple Bookstore for only 99 cents. I'll be happy to answer questions about that. The book I have, the book that I'm currently working on, all that. Subscribe. It's somewhere down here, probably to the right. Usually I keep it on to the right so people can see it. Anyways, yeah. I hope you liked my video. Like I said, thumbs up, boom, 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 like this. Boom, 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 boom. Until next time, guys, I'm out. Shit.